Welcome back to the Stupidest Podcast. This is your main host, Justin Van Deventer, and with me is the bearded, the beautiful, my sidekick. I knew it.
Are you going to restate that?
I knew I'd get you.
Well, I mean, the other main host, the co-host, Justin Rademacher.
My co-host. How you been, buddy?
Good. How have you been, man?
Good. Miss ya.
Yeah, I miss you too. Get to see you on Zoom now, though.
I know. We're Zooming since we're not together again.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not quite the same, but it's still good. It's good to see your face and good to hang and talk and do the podcast again.
Yeah. I figured we'd Zoom because I feel like we got a little better vibe when we can see each other.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we did it with the girls and it was awesome.
Right. So. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. We're gonna do that podcast with them again.
Yeah, we got to do our first double, but we're gonna be doing it a little differently. We're not gonna be doing our style though. We're actually gonna be doing their style of the Bewitched banter.
Yeah.
So, which is gonna be neat. It's gonna be a little bit shorter than what we're used to, I think.
Maybe. You think it's going to be short. I don't see it being shorter. Maybe.
Have you listened to their podcast? I mean,
it's quite a bit
shorter than ours.
But that's only with 2 people. Now we got 4 people talking.
Well, yeah. But I think we're going to be able to.
I got a long story too.
Well, I mean, my story is decently long, but so. I think it's going to
We'll see.
Be a little bit shorter.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be over an hour though. I have a feeling.
It's probably over an hour, yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna say right around an hour and a half.
But that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking between an hour and a half.
So
where these ones can be, we had one where it was almost 3, didn't we?
I think our last one was pretty long. Yeah, theirs was over 3, I think. Actually,
was it over?
I think I might have edited a little bit.
Oh, I gotcha.
But
you added to it.
Yeah. It's just me talking at the end.
Yeah. What have you been up to, though, man?
Well, the whole reason I did the intro was I've been posting a lot of our old pictures and stuff, like on our Snapchat and stuff like that. And I was like, I saw this one of us, like the Superman and Batman thing.
I saw that one.
I was like, I got to bring that back.
Yep. And that's why I paused for as long as I did, because it's still getting to me.
It's always fun. Not much is going on, man. Wrapping up bowling season, getting ready for spring cleanups at work, and getting rid of all the winter equipment and pulling out the freaking summer equipment, and
sweet
winterizing all the winter equipment and getting that all ready for storage.
Would that be summarizing?
Yeah, I guess whatever you want to call it. So.
I mean, that's a good summary of summarizing.
So, yeah, what else? I've been bowling out my butt, man. I've been bowling really good.
That's good. What's your average at?
So Mark on Thursdays, he tore his rotator cuff. So I've been bowling I took over his spot. I've been subbing for him.
Yeah. Oh man, that's not good.
Yeah. And I got, just over 21 games now, and I'm averaging 229.
Oh wow!
And it might be over 230 now because I just shot another 700.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, I've been bowling.
If you guys don't know if you guys don't know bowling, 300 is the most you can get, and to average 230 is insane. Like that's, you can't miss. Hardly at all. And you have to get your spares.
Yeah. So here's the other kicker. So I'm averaging that in my very first week that I bowled in that league. Shot a 540.
Holy cow.
So does that tell you how well I've bowled every week since then?
Yeah.
I think I shot a 740, a 750, a 760.
Yeah, you literally went up like 200 pins in a week, like average every week.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Yeah, because starting that low and then building it up is tough.
Yeah, since
'Cause
that,
if you have a few weeks like in the 500s, good luck
it's
getting
really
that up.
yeah, it's really easy to go down. It's hard to go up.
Yep.
Yeah, since that 540 or whatever, my next lowest set I think was a 698. Other than that,
Wow.
everything else has been over 7.
698 as your next like lowest.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
then
I'd say that's pretty good.
we bowled over in Malacca. They had a 9-pin no tap this weekend, and it's like 3 months long. It goes to the end of this month,
Mhm.
and I'm sitting in third.
Third.
Yeah,
Dang, you're gonna be bringing home some
a
money.
little bit of money for Daddy.
That's awesome.
And then I got
How'd you do on brackets? Did you do brackets?
yes, we did, and I cleaned house.
You must have a third.
Yep. And then I got in the 300 pot, and I got a 300, so I'm gonna get a cut of the 300 pot.
Dude, rolling in the dough.
Yeah, so should be some good money coming, hopefully.
Nice.
So, what else is new? Not much. I'm still looking for a trailer and a shed or something to put here.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be happy with just getting a shed on the property that me and you can go out to.
Mm-hmm.
But just so we don't have to do it in the basement anymore.
Yeah.
We can have our own
But then
place. But
where are we gonna get the loon clock?
oh, I'm stealing that.
Okay.
That's
nice.
on batteries. I can take that.
Yeah, we need that thing.
Yeah. The loon's coming with. I already told.
Even if it is attached, we're gonna get an extension cord if
Yeah.
it's attached to the wall.
Even if I can get a shed for us, and then we can just decorate it, design it, all that, and then get
as
a
long as
trailer.
it's warm for the winter and
Yeah.
not too hot in the summer.
Right. What I'm thinking is hopefully we can get a small enough shed that I can just pick it up and put it on a trailer.
That would be sweet. And then
So-
you can tow it with you wherever you go.
Yeah. So I'm keeping my eyes out. I don't want to spend a ton of money.
No,
if I-
I'm the same way.
If I can find one for a couple $100, that's all I really want to spend, and then just
Yeah.
slowly fix it up and add to it,
Yeah.
and a couple of bucks here, a couple of bucks there. I don't care. But
No, I think that's
initially
ideal.
starting out would be a couple $100.
I think that's ideal.
So if you're listening and you have a shed or a trailer that I can build on, and you don't want to get it off your hands for fairly cheap,
Or donate.
or donate,
That'd be sweet.
yeah, heck, we could put their name in the background.
Yeah,
they-
we'll plug you.
Yeah,
If you own a company, we'll plug your company.
yeah,
Like whatever you want us to do. If we get a free shed, so we can do the podcast, and we got our own little makeshift studio,
boom,
I'm all for it.
right? Then maybe we can start doing a couple of videos.
Yeah, for sure.
So, other than that, I don't think there's anything else. How about you? Oh, I got Gracie. Gracie's birthday's coming up. So
Oh, nice.
I'm probably not gonna give this to her for her birthday, but
Okay.
maybe, I don't know. I was I was pulling flags at all our properties, for that we
Mhm.
mark for like plowing, and a guy throws out a brand new bike, like kid's bike.
Really?
It's got like the Disney princesses and a basket and a bell. And I go, "Are you just giving that away?" He's like, "Yeah, I got it for my granddaughter, and she never comes over. She's ridden it one time, and she's pretty much outgrown it already." And I'm like,
Dang.
"I'll take it." I threw it in the back of my truck, and brought it home.
Dang.
Dude, it
that's
was like
pretty
brand
neat.
new. There's not a scuff on it. The tires are still like bright white.
Dang. For having a white tire, that's
Yeah.
good.
So,
That's cool.
what about you?
Well, I mean, I've been pretty busy actually lately. Been getting back into stand up now. I know we
Nice.
went that one night. I think we talked a little bit about that last episode.
I think so. That was a fun
If
time.
if not, I finally got back up on stage, and it was nice. Did an open mic at Dublin's.
Nice.
And just got done with the contest, actually 2 comedy contests this last weekend over at the Caddy Shack in Duluth, which was awesome. It was a one-liner contest. A lot of comedians showed up on Saturday night, and we had about 80 to 100 people in there, which was a pretty good show.
That's a good size
it
crowd.
It filled the place that we were in, so it was kind of nice. Josh and Shan went. It was really nice to perform in front of them for I don't think it was the first time, but one of the first times.
It's Josh's birthday.
So, yeah, it is.
So, Josh, if you're listening, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Well, it would be belated birthday. By
the time you hear this, but.
Yep. But, yep, so we did that this weekend. I ended up doing pretty good. I'm proud of where I ended up. There was about 30 comedians. I got roughly 10th place. I don't know the exact. They didn't give us ranking, but that's about when I got out.
Nice.
So I'm proud of that, especially for it being my second time doing it in about 8 months to a year.
Right.
So yeah, I'm happy with that.
Nice. Dude.
But otherwise, been playing some disc golf a little bit, which is nice.
I've been getting out too.
Nice. Yeah, we haven't been able to play up here though.
Yeah.
So we actually we took a little trip. It was me, Josh, and Jarrell.
Nice.
And we actually went back to the Treehouse down in Branson, Missouri.
That's awesome.
That you and I played, but it is a completely different course now.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah, they changed a lot of the holes. It's still good, but I liked it better when we played.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little more open. It had a lot of the golf holes, which was really awesome, and they were on the greens, and we had the one that was over the water. They didn't have that one anymore.
No.
They didn't have the ones by the cabins. They only had the one stretch, not the second stretch.
The water one was the only one that I was that was my proudest hole of the whole trip, because that was the one I actually went for going over the water and made it.
Yeah. Yep. But that one wasn't there. But it was still fun. Like I said, it was still fun. I didn't get a chance to see Russ again. I did call him a couple times just to kind of catch up with him and stuff like that. He's actually doing better now. He got through all of his cancer stuff, and he is now cancer-free.
Good for him, man.
So, yep. So he's doing way better. Still working on the course, making it the best he can. He said that they did officially get the number 2 ranking in Missouri.
Nice.
So that is nice. But we also on that trip got a chance to play Harmony Park or Harmony Bends. And it is the number 1 rated course on UDisc. It is amazing.
Where's that at?
It's in Columbia, Missouri. And it's
the number 1 course.
Around that area. I don't know if it's in Columbia or just around that area.
So you played the top 2 courses in Missouri.
Yeah, we played the top 2 courses in Missouri. I'm gonna look it up on UDisc. It might not be Columbia. I'm checking it right now, actually. Oh, it is. Yes, it is Columbia.
Nice.
Yeah, we played the red tees, which is the short tees, because that's what the guy actually recommended. He plays that course he's one of the locals.
Mm-hmm.
And it was amazing. I actually shot 1 under par.
Nice,
so I was
dude.
very happy with that, because it's a tough course.
Well, how would you compare it to Waco?
Waco? Well, Waco is more open. I didn't lose a disc at...
I thought Waco was tight.
Well, I mean, there was tight spots, but there was more open holes, I should say.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, Harmony Bends it was a tough course. There was a lot of trees, but not enough to make it irritating. Oh, there's the loon clock. Not enough to make it annoying where there's definitely courses out there where there's too many trees, and there's some holes don't even have lines. This course, every hole has a line. You just need to hit it. And if you don't hit it, well, then you might have a rough hole. But during my round, I like I said, I got 1 under par, which I'm happy with.
Nice.
And the tough part, though, is if we go back, I do want to play the blue or the white tees.
Is there a big difference in distance?
Some holes, yes.
Okay.
Or just a tougher angle to hit the gap. And Man, it's the same pars, so it's tough. So
really?
On a so they don't change.
So you
the
gain
par
like
on
300 feet, and it's still the same par.
Yeah, you're not. I wouldn't say 300. I'd say maybe 100, 150.
But a tighter line.
But a tighter line.
Bigger
so,
angle.
Yeah, yep. But as long as you have good approaches, make sure your drive is decent at least, and then have a good approach, then you should be fine. But yeah, no, that was a really fun one.
I'd really like to go back to Arkansas.
That would be a little fun. That course was a lot of fun. Their pro shop though, that's what gets me.
Maybe we can just take a weekend one time and just buzz down there real quick.
Yeah. Weekend or a weekday.
Yeah.
Weekday would work best for me.
For you, yeah. That's fine. I mean,
or a combination. We could do a combination too. But yeah, no, that was a really fun course.
But we're definitely getting hotel rooms this time.
Yeah. Yep. I'm not sleeping in any cars.
No, never again.
That was another nice part about the trip that we just went on. It was a shorter trip. We only went for a total of 5 days. So it was only 4 nights.
Nice.
But 3 of the nights, we had a place to stay.
Nice.
We stayed at Jarrell's house, then we stayed at our friend Weber's house, and then we stayed at Josh's brother's house.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so we only paid we did stay at so it was 5 nights, but the first night was actually staying at Jarrell's before we actually left. So I don't really count that night.
Right.
But we did spend 1 night at a hotel and then 1 night at a water park hotel.
Nice.
So we got to do that. We got the glow in the dark mini golf.
I saw that. That looks sweet.
Yeah. And I had my bright neon shirt that I got from the Arkansas shop. And I had my bright shoes on.
You have to forward me some pictures, and I'll post them.
I'll get you some pictures so we can post those and people can see those. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I've been playing a lot of disc golf, doing comedy, work. Obviously, I actually was able to do all of this without using any PTO and getting all of my 40 hours a week in.
Nice.
So that was pretty sweet.
There we go.
Able to work that with my coworkers and my boss. So that was awesome. Thank you guys if you're listening. Appreciate it. But yeah, that's all I've been up to.
Sweet, dude. Sounds like a good time, man.
Yeah, dude. It's busy, but damn, has it been fun.
Right. Yeah. That's sweet, dude. Yeah, I was definitely jealous of the trip.
Yeah. Well, I still haven't done, I said, I've been so busy lately. I've been trying to do my laundry and I haven't even touched it yet. I'm going to maybe try to do it tomorrow, but then tomorrow I'm going to go celebrate Brendan's birthday. So Brendan had his birthday on the 31st.
Nice.
And I haven't been able to see him. So I got to wrap his present and go see him tomorrow. So maybe I'll have time to get some laundry in, but
okay.
If not, I guess we'll find time some other day.
Nice. Oh,
but
I got rid of the beard.
I see that. You're down to the goatee.
Yeah.
I like it.
I might grow it back. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to go with a full beard. I think I'm just going to go with a beard.
Yeah.
Just not let it grow.
Just you don't want to have it grow out like mine. You just want to grow out the full amount on your face.
Yeah. I think it looks better that way. When it starts growing out, mine really gets scraggly.
Mm. Well, mine did for a while, but now now you can see. I don't know if you're watching the video, but it splits when my mouth gets too wide open.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Every time I do that, it does that. It annoys me when I see myself. It doesn't. Obviously, I can't see myself all the time, but now that we're on Zoom, I'm just self-conscious of it.
Well, nobody can see it because we're not recording.
No, I know.
But yeah, I get you.
I forget this is all audio. So for those of you that are anybody else besides you and me, I apologize.
He's got a major butt chin with a big ass beard. So, all right, you want to get into this?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right. Should I
Do you
go
want me to
first?
start Well, yeah, it's up to you. I'll let you decide.
All right, I'll go first.
Because yours goes pretty deep right away.
Yeah, mine's a little darker to start to show out.
Let's start deep.
Yeah, right. All right. So first off, I need to know, who is your main loved one? Like, if you had to choose like the one person, like, who's your main loved one? Like that.
Well, it's tough because obviously I try not to like put favorites for anything, but like the two people I'm gonna say two because I can't narrow it down. The two people that I talk to on almost a daily basis, or just as often as I get a chance to connect with them, are my mom and my grandma. I call them and talk to them all the time, and I feel like they are like my anchor. I don't know. They just help me with everything, and I just ask for advice. I tell them what's going on. And I also kind of look at them as like, they're the ones that like to talk to everybody in the family too. So I like kind of talk to them. I feel like when I talk to them, I talk to everybody, even though it's not really the case. I do like to talk to other people in the family. But yeah, those are the two people that I consider the closest, I guess.
Okay. So then here's my second part. What would you do if someone killed your loved one? Like, if you caught them before the cops, what would you do?
Oh man, that is tough because I would do something that is not me. It's not who I am. But I would do something I'm not proud of, and I would probably not be around to do the podcast or go to work or do anything in a free world. I think I would be going to prison for what I would do.
Yeah.
Don't think they would be surviving the night if that was a possibility. So
you would kill them?
Most likely either that or like just make sure that their life is not the same.
Nice. Okay.
How about you? Who's your number one person first? Let's talk about that.
It's my daughter, Gracie.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Gracie would be my number one, and if somebody did anything to her, that's the one person that I would go down a dark hole. Something ever happened to her, I'd be done. I'd be lost.
Yeah.
And if somebody did do something, like it would become very dark. That person, and it wouldn't just be like a one day, like I'm beating you to death. You're getting chained up in the basement, and I am torturing your ass to the fucking fullest. I'm giving you 1,000 cuts and letting you just fucking bleed for a while. I'm gonna fucking hammer your fucking toes and fingers. It's gonna be brutal. I mean, it's gonna be.
You're going the torture route. You're going like the Hostel and Saw route.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna die either way or go to jail forever. So I'm gonna make it worth it.
Yeah, that's. I feel like you've seen obviously way more movies than I have.
Yeah.
But I like horror movies, and I mean, if something ever were to happen to my mom or grandma, and like it was a person that did that, I feel like I'd want to take inspiration from some movies I've seen, and go down that route as well.
Yeah.
I obviously I don't want to do that. I like my life, and I don't want to ruin. What I got going on. If
that happened, absolutely. Yeah. Like, I mean, I want to get to the point where this guy, when I come in the room, they're begging for death.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that love will do to you.
Right. Like I said, a little dark question.
Yeah, no, that's an interesting one. How about like for you and me? What if somebody did that to me?
Well, how about you? You first.
Me first?
Yeah.
So if somebody did it to you?
Yeah, and you caught them.
And I caught them. Probably bringing them out to drinks, giving them a high five.
Thanking them. Finally, I am the solo host of this show.
Probably give him the money that he asks for.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, I forgot I put a hit on him. No, dude, I I do. Yeah, I don't know if I would like. I'd either like kill or like I said, they would not live the same life. Like
Yeah.
I would love to find a way to make it so like they understood how I feel, and yet like they like end up living in prison for the rest of their lives, or like something that is just obviously just not an ideal situation, and they're gonna regret doing anything to you.
Same. I don't know if I go into the torture part. No offense. Like, I love you and all, but they definitely are going to get their ass beat to, if not death, or it'd be within an inch.
Yep.
So I would pray the cops would get there soon so I don't have to go to jail forever, but
yeah,
I definitely would be doing some definite time.
Yeah,
doing some. I would catch the guy. I would call the cops and be like, "Hey, I got the guy that murdered my best friend." And then from the time I hang up the phone to the time the cops get there, it's
that's your free time.
Yeah, I'm hitting home runs on that face.
Yep, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. And I was joking about the high five and stuff. I'm not actually going to do that.
Yeah. You'll wait to make sure.
Just want to make that clear.
You'll make sure that I'm fully dead before you do that?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll check your, I'll be like, check your pulse. I'll make sure you're not breathing or breathe. Hopefully you're still breathing, but we'll see.
All right. So what's your first question?
So what business would you bring back if you could bring back any business that has been extinct or that is just no longer in business?
I don't like it. Yeah, like you said, I don't know if it's extinct, but it's definitely not in Minnesota anymore. And I would say Krispy Kreme.
Okay, Krispy Kreme donuts you'd bring back.
Kmart.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Kmart would be cool.
Oh, Kmart. There you go. I was going to say, I actually just had Krispy Kreme while I was in Branson.
Oh.
So that is definitely not extinct. But, I mean, they're definitely still not in Minnesota. But I know AJ, he loves Krispy Kreme. That's his, like, favorite place in the world is Krispy Kreme.
Nice. Yeah, those donuts. I could 2 bites and those are gone.
Yep. And I got a free sample because we got there right at open.
No.
So they were coming off the conveyor belt and she picked it out of and because they already had a bunch of them like ready to go, like that they were like going to be selling. And so she's like, "Hey, do you want to try a fresh one?" And we're like,
"Yeah,
yes, I'll definitely have a fresh one."
That's the best one. Like they're good when the glaze is hardened, but man, if you can get them fresh out and they're still a little gooey, like get in my belly.
Yep, I was literally like ordering like that. I'm gonna have 3 of these.
Give me $3.
Yeah. No, I did only order 3 donuts.
Nice.
I know I'm a little ashamed of myself.
I'm proud of you.
I only ordered. Yeah, I mean, I did hold back because I mean, I got to try to keep my figure for disc golf, and obviously you need a good figure for stand-up comedy and podcasts.
Right. So. Especially the audio podcast.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. I guess I do have to look good for being a casino host. I gotta dress in my suit all the time.
Yeah. I do miss Kmart though.
Kmart is a good one.
There was always it seemed like it was a little cheaper than all the other places. Granted, the stuff
for sure.
always
there was a Kmart vibe. Like there was definitely like if you go to Walmart or you go to Target, like there is like you're in that world,
right?
And Kmart had just a different atmosphere, and I loved it. Like I don't know if it was because I was a kid when I went there for the most part, but I still miss it. Like I can go back just saying Kmart. I go back and I'm there. Like
way back in the day, I never saw this, but back in the day, you used to be able to buy bowling balls from there, and they would drill them at Kmart.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of that. That is nuts.
I've never saw it or heard, but I had a bunch of old guys. Yeah, I used to have an old Black Beauty. I got it drilled at Kmart.
Wow.
Like, wow, really? An old white dot. I used to got an old white dot from...
That is not something I would have expected to ever be at Kmart.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Damn. For my businesses, I have 3 of them.
Okay.
Did you ever go to a place called DZ? It was called Discovery Zone.
Yeah, Discovery Zone. It was like Chuck E. Cheese on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That was one of my favorite places to go as a kid. My grandma would always bring me and Donovan there.
Whatever
and we'd
happened
play
to
on all
those?
the games, play in the ball pit. We'd win prizes, bring home candy and toys and all that stuff. It was the best place when I was a kid. And I've just never seen them since the 90s, I think.
No, they disappeared. And Chuck E. Cheese is still around.
Yeah, yep. So I don't know how DZ went out, but Chuck E. Cheese stayed. But I mean,
And I thought DZ was a little bit more classier.
I liked DZ. Like, I didn't go to Chuck E. Cheese as much as I did DZ. Like, that's where I wanted to go. Like, that was my...
To me, Chuck E. Cheese was like the lower class. And then if you were a baller, you could go to DZ.
And I think that's why my grandma brought me there, because she wanted to show me that she had that extra little $4, $5, $6.
Yep, ball out a little bit. Ball out, kid. So,
But another one is probably on a lot of people's lists, Blockbuster. I think that would be a fun... I remember going to Blockbuster, going to on movie night, like if it was a Friday night, like with your family, go pick out a movie, go pick out a snack.
I was more of a Hollywood Video guy.
Oh, I liked Hollywood Video too. I forgot about Hollywood Video. Yeah,
It's pretty much the
was,
same thing.
Yeah. Blockbuster was like... So we did Hollywood Video, like, I think more when we lived in Stillwater. And then I remember Blockbuster when we were in Buffalo.
See, it was Blockbuster when I lived in Indiana. And then when we moved here, they didn't have a Blockbuster. They only had Hollywood Video in Elk River. So
yeah. No, those were both awesome. But Blockbuster was the one that I remember the most, I guess.
I think I still owe them money. Dang, it's probably why it closed.
Yeah, they probably got rid of that. So I don't think you have to worry about that anymore. I think there's still one open.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if I can.
Yeah, I saw it online where they're like still selling the merch and.
Wonder if I can go
it.
rent a movie from there.
Yeah, I don't know how many movies they actually have, but I think it's mainly like a merch selling place now.
Be funny
Just
if
for the nostalgia.
Be funny if I went in there and be like, you have late fees from 1998, Mr. Van Deventer. That will be $33,986.
That would be insane if that was the case. Yeah, I'd be like, I don't need this keychain.
Yeah. Right? You can have your gobstoppers back.
No, the last one though is a place that it's a local place that you and I used to go to, so not a lot of people are going to know this one.
Oh,
but
no.
The zoo. Is that what you thought?
Yeah.
Yeah, the zoo. We used to go there, sing karaoke and
dance,
have a beer or two.
God,
Maybe have a few too many and have your friend clean up the bar for you, and then as you're walking outside,
do it again.
In front of a car. And
yeah,
I didn't drive that night though. That was
I drove you home that night. That was the night that I didn't drink. I took you.
I was a passenger that night.
Oh man, that was a fun place. I remember going there after bowling, and we did Wiggly Arms almost every week when we come in.
Yep.
And everybody be like, the boys are here. The boys are here.
And he just keyed it up, and there we went. And now if we did it, I'd make it about 1 minute into the song, and that'd be about it.
Yeah. And I'd be panting heavily. Are we done?
You're sitting there just wiggling your hands.
Yeah.
I got it.
Dude, I don't know how we did it.
Well, we were younger.
Yeah, that's true. We were a lot younger.
But we're not that old, though.
We're not that
old. I'm not that old.
You shut that. Yeah, it was a good time. Frickin'. I remember that one time, like, that girl stopped singing and was like, play the music. They got to dance.
Oh wow! I guess I don't remember that.
Yeah.
That's funny. I'll take it.
God, that was a fun time. It was so cheap too.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was
Rick the bartender. Would you have to drink again? Like we're going to close out the tabs and they're like a Crown and Coke. Oh yeah. $10. All right, I had like 6 of them.
That's funny.
So,
but yeah, that's all I got for that one.
All right. What is something that gives you like a major adrenaline rush? Like gives you that scared but excited, but man, I'm fearful of doing this. I don't want to, but I know I'm going to love it once I do it. Feeling.
Man, there's not a whole lot that gets me. Like,
really?
I don't know. Like, I still get nervous, but not to the point where it's like over, like, I don't know, that it's not like a super adrenaline rush. I mean, I'm sure if I were to like go skydiving or something like that, I would definitely have it, but I haven't had anything like that lately.
Really?
I guess the most adrenaline that I've had is, I don't know, just going on a date with a girl that I really had a crush on, and I just didn't want to ruin it. You know, like I was trying to do what I could to keep it going, but I don't know, because like I don't get nervous super often. I guess I'm nervous now because I'm saying a lot because I don't know how to answer the question. But for the most part, like I'm okay with going on stage as long as like, even if it's not even like I'm not 100% prepared, at least I know I'm going to do decent. I know with the podcast, it's the stupidest podcast, so we can just say what we want when we want. And I feel like what we do now is entertaining enough and people enjoy it. So
right.
I know we still get a lot of compliments on it. So I like that. I don't get nervous while I go to work because there's not a whole lot of pressure there. Yeah, I don't know. How about you?
Dude, I get it all the time.
Really? Are you just like are you just super like an
I think it's my anxiety.
person?
I think it's my anxiety because I have anxiety so bad. I get it like I get it every time I go do stand up.
Really?
I get it like I'm not nervous at all the whole day. Not nervous when I get there, and then all of a sudden like, all right, Justin, you're up next. Okay.
And all of a sudden you're just
now
like,
my adrenaline starts pumping. I'm really like, I'm nervous, I'm scared, but I know I'm gonna love it. And then I grab the mic and I get a little shaky as soon as I get the mic in my hand. But then once I say like the first 2 words and I get out the very first joke, then everything's good. Then I'm like, I got this. And then boom, I just go to town. But it's for like that short amount of time that I get real nervous. The adrenaline really gets going. And then I'm good. And it happens. It happens when I do stand up. It happens when I bowl.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Every tournament.
I guess. Yeah, I was gonna say that does happen when I'm getting ready for a putt that actually matters. Like if I'm in a tournament, I do get a little bit of that anxiety because I'm like, I know I need to make this putt, whether it be for birdie or par. Like I just want to be able to do it right. Or I guess have been a few times where I get a little nervous, like if I have a bad drive and the next tee pad I come up to, I'm like, well, I just had a bad one, so I need to make sure that this is right. And so I put more pressure on myself than I need to.
Yeah, it happens.
Other than that,
happens when I bowl almost every tournament. The first couple of minutes of practice.
But once you get into the tournament, then you're fine.
Yeah. It happens. It still happens to me on Thursday nights.
Really?
Yep. When I'm in the scratch league and I'm bowling, I'm a little nervous.
Dang.
I go, because I want to do well. Like that's the one league that I really want to show off in, or whatever, do really good in. And then I get nervous when I do karaoke.
Dang, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Up until that first note plays of the song, then I'm good to go.
I didn't know that about you. I know, like,
Yeah, I figured you this to be. That's why I asked this question, because I didn't think you'd know this. Because I don't tell anybody
yeah,
this, and nobody probably can tell.
I was gonna say I haven't really been able to tell. Like, you seem pretty confident going in and everything. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
What else? There's another thing that was.
Yeah, I guess I get a little more like, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but I'm more anxious while I'm like writing a joke than I am on stage saying the joke. Like, I don't care if it's gonna bomb or if it's gonna go well. I'm gonna say it. If it doesn't get a laugh, I'll just, oh, okay, well, you guys didn't like that one. Okay, let's try this one. Okay.
Right.
Oh, you did like that one. Okay, well, let's do this one. Oh, you didn't like that one as much. Okay, let's do this one. I'm just kind of moving on to the next thing. I'm just kind of letting it go and move on.
Yeah. I'm getting better. Like, once, like I said, once I get going, I'm not nervous ever.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm nervous. It's more, yes, it's my time.
Yep.
I'm more excited than anything. My anxiety is
okay.
Your time to shine. Let's go. Let's get this.
So it's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
If I didn't, I love the feeling. I absolutely, if I didn't have that feeling, I don't know if I'd want to do those things.
Yeah.
Which is why a lot of times I don't really care about bowling, because I don't get that. I don't get the feeling like on a Monday night or like a handicap league or whatever, where I don't get that feeling sometimes. And then, like in disc golf, I've never had the feeling in disc golf.
Oh, I feel like I've gotten it way more in disc golf than I have in bowling, because I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because like you're more competitive in bowling and I'm more competitive in disc golf. Because I do get anxious, but I don't it's not like an adrenaline rush. Like you know what I mean? So I guess that's what I'm trying to differentiate. Like, I do get anxious about things, but it's not like oh my gosh, this is my heart is pounding.
You also play with like a lot more people than I than I do and than I have, and I'm not as good as you or Josh. I mean, I'm getting there, but I don't think I'll ever get as good as you guys. You guys play way more than I do. But
and the same with you with bowling, because you've played with way more people. Like, I have only played, the most I've ever played is every other week.
Right.
So
if I got into tournaments and stuff, maybe it'd be different.
Yeah. Yeah, and tournaments, that is where I have the most anxiety.
Yeah.
But again, once you're in it, it's more fun than it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I said, if I didn't have those feelings, I probably wouldn't want to do them.
Yeah, exactly. If I didn't have my anxiety, it wouldn't be worth doing. But like I said, it's not enough for me to consider it like an adrenaline rush. That's why I didn't say that. And even with like going on a date, my answer, like, it's not an adrenaline rush, but I'm more anxious that I'm like, okay, I hope this goes well. I'm doing everything I can, but like, I'm also trying to be myself. I don't want to be an unauthentic version of myself. I want to be me, because I don't want somebody to fall in love for like, not say fall in love, but like, I don't want somebody to like the different person. I want them to like me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that. I want the relationship to develop on who I am rather than a different version of me.
I get that.
Yeah. So I'm trying to I'm nervous because I'm like trying not to do things that I wouldn't do, if that makes sense.
Right.
I would do this.
You want to be the true you.
Yeah, exactly. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, awesome.
Right.
But
what's your next one?
My next one is, what is your happy place?
A little Happy Gilmore time, huh?
A little Happy Gilmore time. You bringing you into your happy place.
It's a girl in lingerie and little midgets running around and no.
So you are taking this literally Happy Gilmore.
No,
you're gonna bring in exactly what he's got.
Well, during high school and stuff like that, there's a lake by the house and there's a tree that drapes out over the water. And I used to climb it and sit out on that branch that you draped over the water. And you could sit there and like dangle your feet in the water. And I used to sit there like for hours upon hours and just relax and cloud watch and just think and meditate.
Nice.
That was pretty much my happy place in high school and college and stuff. And anytime I came back home. But now... It's going to sound really weird, but it's kind of why I love my job. I'm really happy when I'm on the mower.
Oh, nice.
Because it's just throw the headphones in and just think.
Yep. That's where you get your me time.
Mm-hmm. So
I like that answer.
That's definitely my happy place. Which is weird.
Have you gone back? Yeah, have you gone back to your old happy place?
Yeah.
Recently?
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's not the same.
Okay.
I guess because I'm older. I don't know.
Yeah.
Climbing a tree just seems weird.
It is different. I have gone to like my old happy places, and it does seem different because like I remember like I went to St. Cloud State, and I remember going back to the dorms. This was a couple of years ago, and I graduated 2013, and I went in probably 2018, 2019, and it felt different. Like, I remember it like
way
being
different.
I remember it being like bigger and more intimidating. And then I went back and I'm like, oh,
there's a bunch of kids running around.
yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, no, I'd say I have a few different happy places, and it's changed throughout my life. And I've also had consistent ones. One consistent one is just being at my grandma's house. Mm-hmm. Like I remember being down in her basement with Donovan. We're just playing N64, playing the games down there, playing darts, playing baseball in the bigger part of the downstairs. Yeah, it was just a really fun, happy time, and a place that I can always go and just have a great time. Like I said, she's one of my people that you said in your first question that I would do anything for, basically. So that's definitely one of my happy places. My bed is one of my happy places. I love just sitting in bed. Yeah, I love just sitting in my bed, laying in bed. Like, I'll usually like lay in bed for a half hour if at all possible. Like this morning I wasn't able to because I had to get up and I had both jobs today. So and the podcast, like there's a lot going on today. So I had to make sure I was ready for everything. And, but like tomorrow I'm going to be able to sleep in a little bit. I'm going to wake up, gonna probably just lay in bed for a half hour.
It's funny how that's your happy place, because that's total. Like I like laying in bed, but that's a happy place for you. When I lay in bed, it's not my happy place. Like I feel like a piece of shit. I'm like, there's so many things I should be doing right now.
Oh, I'm the opposite. I will lay in bed because that's like your tree place. That's where this is where I do all my thinking. This is where I do my meditating. This is where I just shut out the world for a little while. It's just a nice place where I'm safe. I'm comfortable. Comfortable is number one for me. I love being comfortable, and it's just awesome being surrounded by all the pillows and blankets that I have. And it's awesome. I like that. He just showed me a picture of the stupidest podcast sticker on his drink. On his mug. But yeah, so that's one of my happy places. And, yeah, it's always been one of my happy places, is just being in my own bed.
Nice.
And just sitting there for, even if it's only 5 minutes, like it's still great. Like that's just a great time. But I love just extended periods of time. I mean, sometimes I'll put the covers over my head and it just shuts out the world even more.
Just Dutch oven yourself, huh?
Well, I mean that it makes the smell better.
I got another one is Park Rapids. Up at my grandparents' place and all that, and well, now our cabin or whatever. Every time I'm up there, my anxiety just goes away. I feel safe up there for some reason. Every time I get up there, I'm like, all the worries and all my troubles are gone. It's just relaxing.
Nice.
Every time, I don't know. Maybe it's just because every time we go there, it's vacation, like a vacation for us or whatever, or vacation time. So every time I go up there, I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
Relaxation. Here we go. Oh my God. Work, nothing. Everything's off my mind. It can just, So I don't know. I don't know. Something about it's nowhere special in that town. It's just as soon as we get up there, I'm like, this is nice.
Yep.
So, want to get anything else or my next one?
Yep. Yeah, let's go into your next one.
All right. So, with what happened, what were your feelings about the whole Will Smith slapping Chris Rock situation?
Oh, you're getting a little political now, huh?
Yeah, I know we don't. We're not. I know we're not supposed. We don't ever get political or religious on this show, but it was a comedian that got slapped, and I figured we should definitely kind of touch the subject. I don't want to dive deep into the political part of it.
Yeah. Well, here, just make sure. As I'm answering this, are you looking if we're recording right now? Can you look if we're recording right now?
Yeah.
Is it recording us?
Yeah.
Can you just turn that off for a second?
Yeah.
No, actually, the only thing I really have to say about it is, like, if any comedian is on stage, I feel like there's gonna be some jokes that you get offended by, regardless of what the joke is about. I just don't think assault is necessary.
I agree.
You shouldn't be hit. Like, you can definitely have words with them afterwards and, like, let them know how, like, you were offended, and it can be a coaching moment. It can be a learning moment for everybody. And even if you want to heckle, like, I feel like heckling is a better way of doing that. And you can maybe do a counter heckle with it, but I don't know if that's gonna solve anything.
So you completely disagree with what happened?
Yeah, I'd say I disagree. I didn't think that he handled it how he maybe could have.
I didn't even think it was that bad of a joke. I mean, it was, to be honest, it was a low-key joke for me. Like, I've heard way worse.
Yeah.
And if it did piss you off, it pisses you off. Like, it is what it is. But have you ever been to an Oscars? Will, like, you're sitting in the front row. You have one of the best comedians. I'm not saying the best, but one. I mean, he could be. He's up there.
Yeah.
As one of the best roast comics there is. And every Oscars, if you have a comic up there, he's usually roasting the front row.
Yeah, there's going to be something offensive said to somebody.
Yeah. So, I mean, what'd you think was going to happen? Like, he just picked you. I mean, it is what it is. And if it really bugged you, save it for after the freaking Oscars and go talk to Chris about it.
Yeah.
They're obvious. I mean, they might not be best friends, but they've worked together. They know of each other. Like, hey, Chris, what you said about the wife, I get it was a joke, but man, do you think you can go apologize for it?
Yeah, we didn't take it as a joke. We took it as an attack deal. Yeah.
You know, and the way I didn't know she was sick. I didn't know she had any kind of disease or whatever was going on.
Yeah, same.
So, I mean, it is what it is, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe he could have, like, before he said the joke, maybe looked into it. But, I mean...
you're a comedian on stage, though. I mean, I'm pretty sure...
Who would have thought to... Yeah, done all... Like, you can't do research on every single joke if...
Or every crowd member.
You don't... Like, especially because you don't know. Maybe that was a joke that he just ad-libbed. Maybe he didn't write that one before he went up.
I'm pretty sure he was just riffing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely didn't agree with it. And what makes me upset is the way that Will acted pretty much says, hey, if I'm at a comedy place and I'm watching a comedy show and this guy pisses me off, I have full right to freaking march the stage.
Yeah.
And that should never happen.
No, because it's an art form, and you should be able to.
Yeah. If you don't like the art, leave. There's a door.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a big reason why they put exit above it. If you don't like it, go through there.
Yep.
So that's just my take on it.
Yep, I feel you. Sweet. Well, is that all you got for it?
Yeah, that's all I got. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on, but like I said, let's just dip our toe in the water.
Okay. What's the coolest or the weirdest pet that you've ever seen or had?
The coolest one I've ever had was I had an iguana. Iggy.
Oh, nice.
I had Iggy. And we broke his tail off a couple of times, and that thing grew back. It was pretty cool.
What?
Yeah, their tails.
Are you supposed to do that?
No, but we found out that it grows back if it breaks off. So we did it once, and it grew back, and we're like, "Oh, sweet." So then,
did it show signs of pain?
No, I mean a little bit, but not.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like I was holding him down. I'm like, "Here, take this."
Yeah.
It was. We just kind of the tip broke off or whatever, and.
Okay.
And then my buddy he heard that it really grows back. Let me see. And I was like, no, don't break his. All right.
Well, that's done.
And there goes that tail. But the funniest thing is one time, it was me and two other buddies that got the iguana. So we shifted it from house to house. And he was at one of my buddies and it got out of the cage and ended up in the vents. And it literally came, they have vents in their ceiling or whatever downstairs. And that was where their kitchen was or whatever. We're sitting there eating dinner and all of a sudden, boop, Iggy falls out of the freaking ceiling right onto the dinner table.
My gosh.
And everybody was freaking out. And me and him were like, Iggy!
That's funny.
But the coolest one I've ever seen was, some of the ball python snakes that Eric.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Eric used to have.
That's cool.
Yeah, so he had some really, really pretty ball pythons.
Yeah, I remember. I never got a chance to see him, but I remember you talking about him in a previous episode.
Everybody thinks, oh, snakes so gross and ugly. These ones were pretty. He had some colorful snakes. They weren't just green and some of them were pink and purple and stuff like that. It was kind of cool how he could.
Okay. Yeah, sounds like a cool collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the coolest one that I've ever seen, but not had, was my grandpa was able to. I don't know if you consider it a pet, but he was able to train a chipmunk to climb up his lap and eat from his hand.
That's badass.
Yeah, he had seeds and he would just hold them in his hand. He'd either sit on his lap or he would just sit on his arm.
He'd go sit out on the deck or something, out in the backyard or something?
Yep, he just slowly got the chipmunk to get as close as he could. And then finally one day he was just holding the seeds and he just ate from the deck
out of
in his hand. Yep, and then he slowly got it up on his lap and then it was just an everyday thing. And
they pretty much became a pet. He could pet it and all that. And...
Yeah. Yep. And it still today, he still is able to hang out with it every now and then.
That's cool.
It takes a little longer because obviously with the winter and maybe it's different ones because I know this last year it took a lot longer for him to do it. So I think it actually might be different chipmunks, but he's been doing it for a while.
That's cool.
So yeah. I think the coolest or weirdest one that I've ever had though, it was actually two of them, and it was when I was younger. We had two birds, and I just liked them because we named them Pete and Repeat. I just thought it was funny.
I remember you telling me about those.
Yeah.
Our dog Laker. I don't know if you ever met Laker, the black lab.
I don't think I met Laker.
It's just a dog, so it's nothing real cool. But one of the cool things that she could do is Dad was eating cashews one night. And he dropped one, and Laker swooped in and freaking grabbed it. Next thing you know, she spit out the shell.
Wow.
Yeah. So then I told Dad, I go, drop a couple more. Like, he actually put like a little pile. She swooped down and she ate the whole pile. And the next thing you know, she starts spitting out the seeds. Like, not the seeds, the shells.
Yeah, just the shells. So
She was
ate the
unshelling them and eating the cashews. And
That's
spitting out the
nuts.
shells. I was like, that's ridiculous. But she was a really smart dog. She knew her left foot from her right foot. And she, you know, if I had something, I'd be like, hey, go see Mom. And she'd go right to Mom. Go see Sabrina. She'd go right to Sabrina. Go see Katrina.
Wow.
Go to Dad. Like, she knew every person in the family. She was just a really smart dog.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So, all right. With baseball season starting up, who are some of your favorite all-time Minnesota Twins?
This is a hard question because there have been so many Minnesota Twins. I remember as a kid, one of my favorites, left fielder, Jock Jones.
Jock Jones, number 11, baby.
Yep. If you remember him. One of my favorites, just because I got a chance to hang out with him in the elevator when I was working at Target Field, was Tony Oliva.
I heard he's really nice.
He's the nicest guy. Like, I was standing in the elevator because I would just have my chair on the other side there, like by the other buttons.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like standing there for a while, and Tony came on my elevator and he's like, "Hey, do you mind if I sit here for a while?" I'm like, yeah, you can definitely do that. And he just rode and talked with me for a while. Yeah, he just sat there and rode with me for a while. He talked to guests. Like, he basically did my job for a while. Like, I just sat there and then I would talk to him, and
nice.
It was really fun. Obviously, a big one is Joe Mauer. Loved him. Michael Kadire was another really big one for me.
Nice. I got a story about him.
Okay. Oh yeah, I think I know what story you're talking about. You remember Christian Guzman?
Yeah.
Christian Guzman. Yeah, he'd just like go all out. That was awesome.
Fast.
Yeah. Yep. And then my two favorite pitchers, probably Brad Radke and Johan Santana.
Nice.
So there's obviously way more. Those are just the ones that came to the top of my head when you asked that.
So old school players, Jim Cott, whatever, how you want to pronounce it. Left-handed pitcher. Harmon Killebrew.
Oh yeah, Harmon. Big one.
Tony Oliva. Some of the, like, during my high school days, I loved Doug Mickavich.
Oh, Doug, yes. Oh, there's a story there's a story about Doug Mickavich. I'm going to have to look it up. I'm going to have to call my buddy Chuck. He's got a really good story about him. I just don't remember all of the details. So I don't want to say it now, but I'm going to see if I can look that up.
I'll write it down, and then we'll bring it up.
Remind
in the
me,
next
and
episode.
I'll give him a call. And it has to do with a Jacques strap.
Nice. All right. Doug Mickavich. Dude, that whole team, I could tell you the whole team. Because you said Jock Jones. Jock Jones in left, Torrey Hunter in center, Matt Lawton in right, Doug Mickavich at first, Luis Rivas at second, Christian Guzman at short, Corey Koski at third.
Yep.
AJ Przenski was catching. And then we had Denny Hawking on the bench. Who else do we have? Our pitchers was Radke, Johan. I think we had Joe Mays and Eric Milton at the time.
Dang.
Our closers was, I think our closer at the time was LaTroy Hawkins.
Oh yeah, it could have been.
Or it was Everyday Eddie. It was one of those two.
Yep. Well, I remember. Yeah, it was one of those two for sure.
And then tell me if you're J.C. Romero was in the bullpen. Jesse Crane.
Man,
I was a stat rat, man. I was a stat rat back then.
I remember all these guys. I remember, like, I would only go to a couple games a year, but I would grab the program and I would study that thing. Like, it was, I needed to know everything.
So, but yeah, Doug Mickavich was one of my favorites. Pitching, I I wasn't a big Radke fan until his last year when I saw the heart that guy actually had for the game. He could barely hold on to the baseball anymore in that last inning. Like, he literally lost his grip. Couldn't even hold the ball, and he threw like that last inning. I was like, dude, that's a baller right there.
Yeah, that takes some.
So
yeah, you need to have some love for the game in order to do that.
Johan, I loved Johan. I knew Johan was going to be great from the moment I saw him. Nobody believed me.
Cy Young.
Nobody believed me when he first came up. I'm like, this guy's going to be the best ever. I'm like, what? No. Because we had a guy, and you probably don't. I think his name was Adam Johnson. Him and Johan came up at the same time. And everybody thought Johnson was going to be the guy. And it was Johan. I'm like, no, Johan's way better. Nobody wanted.
I remember there being a pretty good pitcher named Johnson, though.
Yeah.
He exploded a bird once.
Yeah, Randy.
Yep.
Who else was my faves? I wasn't a Joe fan.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Yeah, right. One of my all-time favorites, and everybody makes fun of me for this. Nick Punto.
Yeah, he has a ring.
Yeah. Nobody liked him though. Nobody thought he was good. Yeah. I always told everybody's like, he's a backup at best. I go, he's the spark plug in this engine. He's the guy that fires everybody up. He's the guy that plays so hard. And I loved when he ran the bases and dove like head first into bases. It reminded me of like Pete Rose.
Yeah, he definitely had the heart when he played.
Yeah, he played hard. And I was like, that's the kind of player I want on my team. I thought Nick Punto was awesome. And he was fast. He had a great glove. He did bat 300 one year. Like, I think 304 or something, 303. I got in an argument with the guy and I won this thing. I can't remember what it was. If it was 290 or 300. I'm pretty sure he batted 300 one year.
Wow.
Nelson Cruz was awesome when he was here.
Yep.
And then Jim Thome. When we had Jim Thome, it was
cool. Jim. I remember we had the boards out in center field as how many home runs he hit, and I just remember like those numbers just going up as I was working each game. It was a lot of fun.
Such a true and like old school player feel, you know.
Yep.
But Cuddyer.
Yes, what's the story about that?
So I played amateur baseball in Clear Lake here in Minnesota, and our second baseman, his wife, before him, dated Michael Cuddyer.
Wow! So
she left Michael Cuddyer to be with our second baseman.
Wow!
And every time he made an error or struck out, we're like, yeah, she should have stayed with Michael. You know, Cuddy's a lot better.
Yeah.
So we used to rip on him all the time.
Oh, for sure. Are they still together?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he was one of the smartest damn players I think I've ever played with. Not the most athletic. I mean, he was very athletic. He was a good player. But he was definitely one of the smart. He was a lawyer.
Okay.
So his mind was always running. Like if there was base runners on first and second and there was a pop up to second, he'd look at the runners and be like, all right, I'm going to drop it. Try to see if he can get anybody to run. You know, the infield fly rule is in.
Yeah.
He was always thinking. So, but yeah, those are some of my favorite Twins. Oh, Kirby Puckett.
Oh,
Kirby Puckett.
Kirby Puckett.
I don't know. How did we even Kirby? Kirby Puckett is my all-time favorite.
Yeah, Kirby Puckett. I remember when I was a kid, I read his book, and it was so inspirational. That and I read his book and Derek Jeter, and they just that's why I wanted to play baseball, was because of those two. I can't believe that both of us forgot him. I'm
glad I remembered it.
Yeah. He's gate 34. He's the biggest gate at Target Field. Like, I don't know how I forgot. I worked that gate so many times.
I wrote him a letter when I lived in Indiana when I was like in third grade. and he wrote me back, and he gave me a signed poster, signed baseball card, and he gave me the shoelaces off of his cleats.
Wow.
I don't know whatever happened to all that stuff, but it's here somewhere. I got it in a box somewhere. That's
pretty impressive to get from his intern.
Yeah, right? Right? I guarantee it was like, but the shoelaces. I don't know if it was him or not, but it was definitely his.
No, the Twins are really good at that stuff. Like they actually have somebody's full-time job at the Twins is to authenticate things. And so, yeah, it's everything they send out is authentic. So
the shoelaces were dirty.
At least from when I started, from what I know, like I'm assuming they're real. But,
yeah, I literally got a handwritten letter back from him.
Yeah, that's cool.
And the laces were, he goes, these are my game worn. He goes, I didn't know what to send you, so here's my shoelaces off of my game worn cleats, and like they were dirty and all that.
That's awesome.
I was like,
actually, one that I want to add to is Bert Blyleven.
Oh, Bert, yeah.
Yeah, he was a fun one.
He's a big jokester.
I actually have a story. Yeah, he's a good jokester. But I remember one time I was actually hanging out. This was when I first started with the Twins, and I was hanging out with my buddy Chuck. And we're just hanging out, just having a beer after work. And we're sitting outside of this bar, and he's talking about like Bert Blyleven. He's doing his he's going to be going into the Hall of Fame, and he's like doing this all this stuff. And he was telling me about how Bert invited him, like my buddy Chuck, to his Hall of Fame speech. And I'm like, okay, there's no way Bert that well, And I'm like, okay. And so we're just talking or whatever. And then we're still talking about Bert Blyleven for a little while. And all of a sudden Chuck turned looks up and he's like, oh, speak of the devil. I'm like, what do you mean? I turn around and this guy is 8 feet tall. And I turn around, look up, and it was Bert Blyleven right behind me. And I'm like, what is going on? And he's like, Chuck, what's going on? And he's like, you coming to my I'm like, he's telling the truth. He actually got invited, and he's asking him right now if he's going. It was insane. It was so cool.
That's funny.
Another story, Torrey Hunter, the same kind of situation.
Yeah, I remember this story.
I was just about to leave, and I saw Chuck was waiting there, and sometimes we usually walked back together, or there was different groups that I would walk back together to our cars and stuff with. And so Chuck's sitting there. I'm like, "Oh, you waiting for me?" Or he's like, "No, I'm just waiting for a friend." I'm like, "Waiting for a friend? Well, what friend are you waiting for?" Because he's waiting kind of where we're not really supposed to go unless you're working there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, well, what friend are you waiting for? He's, oh, it's just a friend. I'm like, okay, did you want to walk back together? He's like, yeah, if you want to wait with me. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll wait with you. So we're waiting for a little while, a few minutes go by, and all of a sudden Torrey Hunter walks by and says, hey, Chuck, I knew you were going to be stopped here. I just wanted to have a quick chat with you. And they were talking and stuff. I guess Chuck used to babysit for Torrey Hunter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was his babysitter.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so this guy, he's a cool person to know, and I reach out to him every night. I need to reach out to him again soon because
is he the one?
I talked to him oh, what was that?
Is he the one that we went to the Renaissance Festival with?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep, that's the guy. Yeah, he's such a cool guy. But yeah, he actually reached out to me.
We got to do
around New Year's this year, and we need to catch up though. We
got to do the Feast of Fantasies again.
Yeah, that was awesome. We should have Chuck on this podcast. Actually, he'd be a really good.
God, yeah.
Yeah, as long as he is willing to do it, I think he'd be great.
Yeah, I bet he has some good stories.
So many stories.
So, all right, what's your next one?
All right, when you're driving, do you signal all of your turns?
Absolutely.
What if nobody's looking?
Yeah. Dude, I do it so much that I do it when I'm not supposed to do it.
Dude, I'm the same way.
Like, I'm going around a curve, like a sharp curve. I'm like, I didn't need to put on my blinker for this.
Yep. Dude,
like, because it annoys me. It annoys me so much when people don't use it. I use mine all the time. I use it to turn in the driveway. I use it all the time.
Yeah, I do it. It'll be 3 a.m. and I'll be on a road that I don't see a single car light, and I'm still using my blinker. I don't know why I do it. It's just something that I do. But the reason that this, the spark for this question was I was driving to work and I'm in the parking ramp. I'm like the only one in the parking ramp at this time because it's late at night, and I'm signaling where I'm going in the parking ramp. And I'm like, why am I doing this? And I'm like, it's just an instinct, and I just always do it.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, I'm like, you know what? I wonder if Andy does this or not. And I just
I do actually. I actually do a lot.
Yeah, so we're definitely the same on that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Who do you think has had the best comedy special in this past year?
Well, I'm going to be honest. I have not been listening to a lot of new comedy this year. I've been listening to like the stuff that I've listened to before, or just stuff that people have had in the past, that like comedians that I've heard of, but like maybe there was an album or two that I hadn't heard before. And so I've been listening to those more. The only new one that I've listened to in the last year, I want to say, is Jim Gaffigan. So, and he always has good stuff. So I think Jim is going to have to be my answer for this one. Unless you count Mike Birbiglia's podcast, I've listened like to all of his episodes of Working It Out. And that's basically like the jokes that he did on that podcast are the jokes that he's putting into this special. I haven't seen the special yet, but I'm going to know
almost all.
At least, yeah, I'm going to know a majority of, maybe not majority. Maybe he's changed a lot since then, but like, I feel like I'm going to know what's going on ish for the most part.
The reason I brought this one up was because I saw a great special on Netflix, and it was Earthquake.
Yeah, Earthquake is a very good comedian. I didn't know he had a new special because I haven't seen him for a long time, if I'm being honest.
Dave Chappelle produced it, and oh my God, I laughed so many times. Tears were rolling down my eyes. I was laughing the whole time. Oh man, the dude just comes out just banger after banger after, like it was nonstop jokes of just great jokes. And it was just like, man, this guy's a heavy hitter. Holy cow.
Dad, I remember watching him on Comedy Central when I was younger, and I just remember nothing but good things from him. Like I said, I haven't seen him in years, so I don't know what he's been up to, but obviously he's still doing comedy. So
yeah, and there's been a lot of good specials that have come out this year. I mean, Jeff Foxworthy just released a new one that came out.
I saw it came out. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah,
I watched a little bit of it. It's good. I mean, it's just the same old Jeff.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's good. It's not great, but I mean, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It just reminds me of like the same old style, that he does, which is good. I mean, he's reason why he became one of the greats.
Yeah, I didn't watch his special, but I did watch Mark Maron's What the Fuck, his podcast. He was on that, and I listened to that, and he was talking a little bit about the special, but I haven't watched the special yet.
Recorded here.
Really?
Yeah, it was here in Minnesota. Wow. I can't remember what theater, but yeah.
I guess maybe he said that in the podcast, but I didn't retain it. So.
Who else had a good one this past year? Theo Vaughn had a good one.
Okay.
Mike Epps just released one, and I haven't seen it yet, and I want to see that one.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. There's been a few of them. I want to say freaking, what's her name? The pregnant Wu?
Amy?
No.
Is it Amy Wu? No.
No. I can't remember her name. I wanted to say it was Connie, but that ain't right.
Yeah.
She was
I can't
pregnant in
remember.
like the first two, and then I'm pretty sure she just had one, or she's got one coming out. Are you looking her up?
I'm looking her up, yeah.
Yeah. I think she just had one release, or she's got one coming out. She's hilarious. Excuse me.
It's not Ali Wong, is it?
Ali Wong. There we go.
Okay.
Man, I sound really racist now.
I was gonna say I wasn't 100% sure. I knew the first name was an A. That's literally what I typed in, and she popped up. So.
Nice. Yeah.
But
yeah, there's been a bunch of good ones that come out this past year, but Earthquakes.
Yeah,
Earthquakes was hilarious. Oh my god, I laughed hard.
Yeah, I haven't been watching a lot of stand-up. I've been listening to it on Spotify, but not watching any. Because I kind of will either go between music or stand-up or podcasts, but like it's just stuff that I can listen to. It's nothing that I want to, because I'm doing other stuff while I'm doing it. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, what's your last one?
All right, fist bumps. Do you explode or not explode?
Dude, I jellyfish it.
Jellyfish? Okay. Or do you sometimes I turkey them. You go like that?
Oh, yeah.
Or no, that's a high five. You can't do that with the...
No, you can turkey. Yeah. You ever snail them?
Oh, yeah. Yep, you can do the snail.
So, yeah, definitely.
These are all visual
Yeah.
things that we're doing.
Well,
sorry for those.
If you have kids and watch Trolls, there's a whole bunch of them.
Oh yeah, you probably know what we're talking about with fist bumps.
Yeah.
But every time I have an opportunity to do it, I don't remember to do it a lot. But if I have an opportunity to explode, I'm gonna explode.
Yeah,
it's fun.
I'm gonna do something. I'm not just gonna knuckle.
I do a lot of knuckles. I actually on Saturday when we had the contest. I did a lot of fist bumps. But I didn't explode.
Bowling, I do a lot too, and I don't do anything. But
yeah, that's true.
But if it's just like random,
yeah, no, I did have one where it was a comedian, Ira. I performed with a couple times. Actually, he performed at River City when I had the show there.
Okay, yeah, I remember.
And he remembered more about that show than I did. He's like, yeah, I remember you had this word that we had to say in order to get drinks and food and stuff. And he remembered what the password was. And I'm like,
Jesus, that's a memory.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, yeah, you remember way more than me. I just remember us being there. Yeah. I remember us being there. Like, that's about it. But, it was funny though, cause I had a few jokes and they got laughs cause I obviously kept going. But I had one that just everybody laughed at, and he just loved that joke. So I was walking by him, by the other comedians, where we were all standing, waiting for our turn. And I walked by, he gave me a fist bump, and he's like, dude, when did you get funny? I'm like, oh, thanks, man. I took that as a good compliment, because that's just who he is. So it was kind of a fun little thing.
Nice.
But yeah, no, for the most part, if it's appropriate, I'll do the explosion.
Nice. All right.
That's all I got.
Should we get into segments?
Yeah, that's all we got for questions. So what are we doing with segments?
Our first segment is entertainment.
Okay.
Where we talk about TV shows, podcasts, movies, anything that we've been watching or seeing lately.
Okay.
So you want to start?
Sure. I'll go first. Basically, a lot of the stuff that I've been watching is a lot of the same. I guess I've had a little bit of getting more in depth into a few of them, but I've actually now watched all of Our Flag Means Death.
Is that good? Really I still haven't dipped into it.
It's really good. I really enjoy it. It keeps my attention the whole time, and I want to watch the next episode every time
It's a comedy?
It is a comedy, yes. And it's about pirates, which is a cool topic. So yeah, there's that. Obviously I watch South Park every now and then. Bob's Burgers. I watch Superstore. All that stuff. Again, this is mostly when I've fallen asleep though.
Mm-hmm.
I've been listening to obviously the same podcast. So I love Pete Holmes. You Made It Weird. Mike Birbiglia's Working It Out. been listening to some Bewitched banter.
Nice.
Because obviously we're going to be hanging out with them again soon, and I want to get back into that. Another show I've been watching is What We Do in the Shadows, which is a vampire one. Again, like I said, it's got a movie, but the TV show is just as good, and they go way more in depth and talk about other paranormal stuff, which is really fun for me.
Nice.
And then obviously the last 3 weeks or so, I've been listening to a lot of local comedy.
Nice.
How about you?
All right. I haven't. Work has been so dang nuts. I haven't really got into a lot of stuff. I think I've mentioned it before, but one of the podcasts I'm really getting into is Comedy Pinata with Steve.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep. Steve Byrne. He sits down with 2 other guests and they break down comedy. They'll show like clips and then they got to rank them and all that. And it's kind of cool listening to a comedian talk about other comedians and their specials and stuff like that. And then he also has like musicians, and it's really cool hearing from like the musician side because, you know, like the showmanship and all that. And
yeah.
So it's a pretty good podcast. It's not real long. It's like 45 minutes, maybe half hour.
Oh, nice.
Some of them are an hour. But yeah, it's really good. And then 2 Bears, 1 Cave with Bert and Tom. I listen to that religiously. I haven't missed one episode. I haven't missed one episode yet.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
Yeah, but man, there's been some good ones. And then a TV show that I'm really into, I've been into forever, is Street Outlaws. It's car racing. Mm. They're like drag racing and stuff. Mm-hmm. And they started Street Outlaws America's List, and it's the top 25 drag racers throughout the country. And it's been pretty good. There was a big accident last night's episode.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, JJ the boss and his wife, and her car bursted into flames like in the middle of the race, and flames were flying in her face. And she ended up like rolling her car on top of JJ's, and he went like under her, and they destroyed these two. Like, I don't even know what happened. Like, I know what happened, but I'm not gonna sit and like.
You don't want to give it away.
Yeah, but it could have been really bad, really, really bad. I mean, it was horrible, and it was bad. But those cars were totaled. I felt so bad about that. Like, you have so much. Like, these are $100,000 vehicles probably. By the time you got like the motors and all the equipment in them.
Yeah.
And he destroyed 2 of them in one race.
Yikes.
Yeah. So, but other than that, yeah, I haven't really had time to really watch much or listen to much.
Yeah.
So, getting on the next one?
Yeah, what's the next one?
We do...
It is that Marry, Fuck, Kill?
Marry, Fuck, Kill. You want to explain how Marry, Fuck, Kill works?
Well, if you guys have not played the game before, all it is a game where we say 3 different things, or 3 different people, or 3 different subjects, 3 different something. And you have to say whether you want to marry one, fuck one, or kill one. And yeah, that's the whole point.
All right. Should I go first?
I do want to say I did actually hear this weekend there was 2 really good examples of Marry, Fuck, Kill in joke form.
Nice.
And yeah, they roasted one of the hosts of the event, and they said, I don't remember the first one, but I'll tell everybody the second one. So it was Marry, Fuck, Kill, and it was the 2 hosts and the referee that they had up there, and they said that they were gonna marry the guy up there, because there was 2 girls and a guy. He said he was gonna marry the guy, then he was gonna kill him, and he was gonna fuck his dead body.
Oh, Jesus. God dang.
I was dark. Like, oh man, that was a dark one, but it got a laugh, so he got to continue.
Nice.
So I thought it was funny. I had to share it, but that's not my joke. That was a joke that was
nice
at the competition. So
all right, country music, rock music, and rap music.
That's tough. Maybe not. I'm gonna marry rock because I've always loved rock and roll. I'm gonna fuck rap because it's a fun one and I can really get into it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kill country.
Nice.
How about you?
I'm gonna marry country, fuck rock, and I'm gonna kill rap. And then the thing is, I like them all.
Yeah, I like them all too. Country though isn't as high up for me, so that's why it was like that. Part of it might be because like people in my past that have liked country, and I'm just
and I grew up. I grew up with country. Country reminds me of like my grandparents and stuff. So that's why I'm married to it. Yeah. And then rock just.
I've always loved rock.
Which sucks because I like rap a lot.
Yeah. No, I listen to rap, not like as often as I do rock, and that's why I'm marrying rock over rap. But
okay.
All right, my first one, I should say. So where do you like to sleep? You're gonna marry, fuck, kill. Where you want to sleep? Couch, bed, hotel.
I'm gonna kill the couch, marry the bed, fuck the hotel.
Okay. Well, everybody knows that I'm marrying my bed. Yeah. My bed is it's my happy place. Mm-hmm. So I'm marrying my bed. I'm actually gonna fuck the couch.
Really? You do like the couch.
I do like sleeping on a couch. And I'm gonna kill the hotel.
Nice. There's been times
which sucks because that means I can't travel anymore.
Right. There's been times where I could tell that you almost like sleeping on the couch more than your bed sometimes. And then not really, but
I was gonna say not exactly. I do love sleeping on the couch. So like
you like it as a mix up. You gotta like like to change it up.
It's definitely a mix up. If I've had like weeks with my bed and all of a sudden you come up or like I get an opportunity to go to a friend's house and I can sleep on a comfy couch. Like if I know the couch is comfy and I've slept on it before, I'll definitely take the couch. Randomly. Like I love my couch downstairs. Like when you come over, I love sleeping on that.
Those are two nice. So, those are two comfortable couches, both of them.
Yeah. Yep.
So. All right. Horror movies, chick flicks, and sci-fi movies.
Well, out of those three categories, I watch horror and sci-fi the most. So I'm going to kill chick flicks. I think I'm gonna marry horror, and I'm gonna fuck sci-fi. Because sci-fi can definitely be fun, and I love watching those movies. But horror, I just really enjoy a good horror movie. So
I'm marrying horror. I'm fucking chick flicks, and I'm killing sci-fi.
Not a sci-fi guy?
It's not that I don't like sci-fi. It's just not my favorite. If I'm gonna watch a sci-fi, it's real hit or miss.
Okay.
Because I do not like a cheaply made, shoddy film. And there's a lot of shoddy sci-fi films. There's a lot of shoddy chick flick films, but at least there's a story that's worth kind of somewhat listening to. Some of those sci-fi ones, I'm like, and this is shitty made and it's a shitty story. I'm out. So
I'm still fucked. So my next one is movies, music, or stand up.
God, that sucks. I'm marrying stand up. Man, I don't know.
It's tough.
Yeah. I'm a big movie buff, but
I know. I was actually, when you said you were going to marry stand up, I thought you were going to take that back right away.
I'm going to marry stand up.
Okay. I thought you're not going to take it back.
No. and I'm gonna
Okay.
fuck music, and I'm gonna kill movies.
Okay.
And
Dang.
now I'm marrying stand-up because I love stand-up. I could watch stand-up almost over anything. As long as it's good.
Yeah.
And I'm going to fuck music because I couldn't live without music.
Yeah.
And I've seen enough movies to where I don't really need to watch anymore.
Okay. That makes sense. Well, I think the way I'm going to go, this might surprise you, but I think I'm going to marry music.
Okay.
Because music makes and breaks a movie.
Absolutely.
Sometimes. So music is just always around. Music is the melody of stand-up too. So like in some instances, I should say. And so I'm going to marry music because I feel like just everything revolves around music or like rhythm. So I'm going to marry music. Oh, I don't know what I want to fuck and what I want to kill. I think I'm going to fuck movies.
You're going to kill comedy.
I think I'm going to kill comedy.
Wow.
Not saying I'm saying entertainment wise. I feel like I would want it. It's obviously it changes, but I like watching movies. I like being brought to a different world, and I'm a very visual person.
Mm-hmm.
And with stand up, I can definitely visualize it in my head of what they're saying and everything. But movies, I am transported to that world, like whenever I watch a movie. So that's why I need to do that. Like, I love writing stand up. I love performing stand up. I love listening to stand up, but music and movies, I think for entertainment wise, I'm going to have to keep those in my life.
As you were saying about music and movies, making the movie, do you think Jurassic Park would have been as good without that music?
Probably not. I think the music made that movie.
How about Star Wars?
Probably the same situation there too.
How about Indiana Jones?
I guess I'm not picturing. I guess. Oh yeah, definitely hear some music now. I'd say that could have made the movie.
Those are all.
I like Indiana Jones because there's a lot. Like, man, it's like the same on all of them because I do like the flow of the movie too.
I'm pretty sure they're all John William Scott.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Yeah, that music makes or breaks movies in a lot of cases.
So, all right, should we get to our next one?
I still have one more.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you started. Okay.
Actually, you have one more.
I have one more. Yeah, I can tell that it's late at night now. All right. My last one is comedians, storytellers, one-liners, and musical comedians.
This is tough.
I knew this was going to be a tough one for you. And I really was praying it would go one way.
I don't know exactly how it's going to go. I'm still kind of debating. Because I love to write one-liners. That's basically all of my comedy. I'm trying to get into doing some stories. If I was musically inclined, I would love to do.
I know you would.
Some musical comedy. I think I'm gonna marry storytelling because I do appreciate a good storytelling comedian like a Mike Birbiglia.
I knew you loved me.
Yep, love you. I think I'm gonna fuck musical because they are just fun comedians to listen to.
And you're killing yourself. Yes.
I'm killing myself. I'm killing the one-liners. But yeah, the musical, like Stephen Lynch and Flight of the Conchords, and man, there's just other comedians that like not they don't have they only have a little bit, but like it's just so funny if they can get a good song.
You just killed Mitch Hedberg.
That's funny. I mean, he did stories though, and he did like crowd work. So
Yeah, but he was
technically-
known as a one-liner.
I didn't kill him though.
He killed him. He pretty much killed himself.
No.
So, all right. What's your last one?
Well, you didn't answer your.
Oh, I didn't want to.
You don't want to. you got to. You got to.
All right. I'm marrying storytellers. I'm gonna fuck a one-liner.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna
Nice.
kill musical. Which sucks because I like a lot of musical. Like that just knocked out like Wheeler Walker and stuff like that too.
Yeah. There's some good comedy out there in all three of those categories. So it's really tough.
So
All right, my last one is when it comes to vacations, do you want a road trip vacation? Do you want to fly to your destination, or do you want a staycation?
I'm gonna marry a road trip. Fuck a stay at home. I'm gonna kill a plane trip.
Kill the plane. I think I'm gonna do a little different. I love a road trip, and most of my vacations are road trips.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm gonna marry a road trip. I'm gonna fuck a flight. I like going on those. One of the best vacations I've ever been on involved a flight and a cruise ship. So
Nice.
I'm gonna marry that, or I'm gonna fuck that. And staycations are fun. I love them, but I feel like staycations happen more often, and so I mean, I could take it or leave it, I guess.
That's why I fucked him.
Compared to the other two, I do like staycations though.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I got for Marry Fuck Kill.
All right. Should we get into love it or hate it?
Yeah, what's that about?
It's where we name something and we got to decide whether we love it or hate it. And sometimes we like it, but if it's a like, then it becomes a hate. Because you got to
Yep.
love it or hate it.
Or sometimes a like can become a love,
Oh, it could. There is no in between.
depending on
though.
how much you like it.
There is no in between though with these. You
Yep,
gotta
you
either
have
love
to
it or
decide.
hate it. So
You want to go first, or am I?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeti tumblers, Yeti coolers, all that. Yeti.
I love the product. I hate the price. I'm going to say love it though, just because all of the Yeti stuff that I have, most of it was given to me for free,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be at a job that I was working or I got it as a gift. So I'm going to say love it because of that fact.
Okay.
How about you?
I went with hate it
Okay. Why is that?
because I think the cheaper stuff is just as good now. Like it seemed like it was above and beyond, but everybody caught up real quick.
Yeah.
Like when it first came out, Yeti was the shit. But now everybody's caught up. And now you can get the same quality for a cheaper.
Do you think
Price.
Yeti has gone down in quality at all?
I think so.
You think so? Oh, I thought they have stayed the same throughout all the years.
I don't. I remember my first Yeti glass that I got, my tumbler. I remember buying it when it first came out, and it held ice for like 4 days. And I just bought a new one, and it doesn't even last 2 days now.
Well, how often do you need it for 2 days though?
I know, I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying, though. You asked
Yeah.
if the quality went down. Well, I
Yeah,
definitely
that's true.
have seen. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
that's
whether.
half the
yeah.
quality.
Yep.
Yep.
You asked me if the quality went down, and I definitely
true.
think it does. So. All right, what's yours?
My first one is just the saying YOLO.
Hate it. I never
Hate
got.
it?
I never got into YOLO. I never
Yeah.
said YOLO. Never got into YOLO. Never was like YOLO. No. Hate it.
But you only live once. You can just love it for this lifetime.
I'm good.
Okay. I went with hate it as well because I feel like you live every day and you only die once.
I don't even. What is YOLO? I don't even know what it means. Like, I think that was a generation behind me.
Oh, so YOLO means you only live once.
Oh.
Yep. So it's YOLO. You only live once.
Oh, I guess I never knew that's what it meant.
Oh, yep, that's what it means.
I just thought it was
that's why I said, like, I feel like you live every day and you should live that to the fullest, obviously, because that's the whole point of it is to live life to its fullest potential.
I like the meaning of it. I'm in.
Yeah.
But I've never said it. I always thought it was just a dumb saying that some kid got from like a TV show or something. I guess I never understood what the meaning was. Nice. Yep. Now I kind of like it.
Okay. But you either gotta love it or
I'm still gonna hate it.
Okay. I said hate it just because, like, I understand the meaning of it, but, like, you need to be able to live like, you don't want to, like, overdo something. Like, yeah, you only live once. I'm gonna go do this dangerous thing 100 times, and you're like, okay, well, you also only die once, so. But yeah, that's the reason I got.
All right. Desktop computers.
I said hate it just because I love laptops so much. Yeah. Because of the portability. I feel nowadays work and have just as much power. They don't, like, you can definitely have way more power on a desktop, and they have also, technology is obviously advanced for both laptops and for desktops, but I don't need as much in mine. Like, for a laptop, I just need it for my daily stuff, for the podcast. All this extra stuff isn't needed. Like, I don't game on computers. I game on, like, my PlayStation, my Xbox, and my Switch.
Right. But
I don't need the extra stuff a desktop has.
I went with hate it as well, for the same reasons. A laptop nowadays is pretty much a desktop from the old days.
Yep. And that's all I need at this point in my life. Maybe it'll change, but...
Yeah, I don't see it changing, no.
No.
Maybe, but I don't see it that way.
No. All right, my next one is neon colors.
Love it.
Love it, yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm all for it. Yeah. Stand out, baby. I'm all for it.
Same. I love neon colors.
Everything's like neon colors.
Yeah, I'll send you that pic, but I got a picture of me wearing all of my neon. I wore that all day. I didn't wear that just for mini golf. I literally wore that shirt all day. I played disc golf in it, and with those shoes too.
Nice.
And it was awesome. And then all of a sudden we went to the mini golf, and it literally just happened to be wearing it while we were there, and it stood out. Yeah. Like, it was awesome.
That's badass.
I loved it.
All right. Alexa speakers.
Well, there's one in the house, so I'm hesitant to say it because it can probably hear me. I'm gonna say hate it.
I got one on the desk here, and it just heard me. I was waiting for her to say something.
Yep, I'm gonna say hate it because of that reason. I don't like that they're always listening.
Yeah,
it's just kind of creepy. I don't own one, but I do like the fact that you can ask it stuff and it can do stuff for you. Like, that's a cool feature.
It's definitely got that AI feel to it.
Yeah, I just don't like that creepy, like, it's always listening.
Yeah,
even though, like, I don't say anything like that I wouldn't say on here, so, like, they would obviously hear everything I'm doing.
Telling all your secrets, I know.
I don't have a whole lot of secrets. So.
I don't either. The ones I did have been spilled on here, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
So, all right. Is that it?
My last one is thunderstorms.
Love it. It's like music when you're sleeping. I love a thunderstorm when I'm going to bed.
Same. I love thunderstorms while I go to bed. I love thunderstorms. I love watching a horror movie in a thunderstorm.
Oh, that's the best.
It is the best. Like, you just get extra scared. And it's awesome when you have somebody there to cuddle with and like protect. Like that is like the best feeling where I'm just like, oh, I got you, don't worry. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Twister. When
oh,
Twister first came out, my cousins watched it, and a tornado came through their town at the same time that they were watching the movie.
that would be
Awesome.
well, maybe not awesome, but that'd be scary. But if it didn't
Awesome.
hit, yeah, if it didn't hit where you were, then maybe it would be, or it didn't damage anybody like that in the area. Maybe if it came down, like it'd be cool. But if it didn't wreck anything, it'd be cool. But if it did, then maybe not so much.
I think it would be sweet.
I'd be scared. I'd have poop in my pants.
Dude, that'd be the way to die. Be up there and like, how'd you go? I was watching Twister and got sucked up by a twister.
Came right out of the screen.
Boom. So, all right. What are we on to next?
Going to Roddy or Vandy.
Roddy or Vandy?
Our next segment is Roddy or Vandy. This is where we talk about different topics and who we think would be more apt to do what we're talking about. So we're going to see if it's either me, Roddy, or you, Vandy, that is going to do it. Or more likely, we should say.
All right. You want to start?
Sweet, I'll start. So who's more likely to watch The Office?
I said Roddy.
I said Roddy as well. Because I love The Office.
I feel
just
like you've
before
watched
this podcast, I listened to a few clips just because I need The Office in my life every now and then, and it's just nice to hear their voices.
I'm going to make you really upset.
What?
I think I've only seen 5 or 6 episodes. Yeah. I loved it. I just never got around to watching the whole series.
I didn't know this about you.
I want to get into it. I just can't find it anywhere to watch it now. It's not. I mean, it's not on Hulu. It's not on Netflix. It's not on anything. And I'd have to buy.
Peacock.
I don't have Peacock.
Yeah, I have all of the DVDs. I don't have Peacock, but I watch the DVDs every now and then, just because I need it in my life. Like I said,
I started to watch it. It was on Netflix, I think, at one time.
Yeah.
And I started to watch it, and I got like 9 episodes in, and I come home to watch it the next day, and it was off, and I haven't been able to watch it ever since. And I was like,
yeah, I feel like I need to give you the DVDs, but at the same time, I also need them because I need to watch it every now and then. You
keep them.
Okay. I might.
Maybe that's what we need to start watching when I'm coming up.
Okay, we can do that. We can watch The Office when you're up here, or I might have to bite the bullet and get you some DVDs for a present or something.
There we go.
Because, dang, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like we should just end this podcast and never do another one again. I'm just kidding.
All right. Who is more likely to shave their legs and wear a dress on a dare?
I said Roddy.
Ooh.
Because I feel like, I don't know, I wouldn't be, I wouldn't care. Like, I wouldn't mind doing it. Like, I wouldn't mind, like, for the most part, I don't care what people think. And, I mean, it'd be a unique story that I'd be able to share on stage. And,
I said Vandy.
Okay.
Because it's happened 3 times.
Oh, I didn't know that it has happened 3 times.
Twice in high school, I got paid to do it.
Okay.
It was like Wacky Day or something like that, or Reverse Day, and I was like, well, reverse genders.
Okay.
And I got paid $50 the first time to shave my legs and all that, and I was like, fuck it, all right, I'm in, I'll do it.
I think that's the toughest part of shaving the legs, because I've never shaved my legs before, and it would be a crazy feeling, I feel.
So my first time I did it, I shaved, and I cut the back of my knee really bad.
Ooh.
Really bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, how? And it was only on one leg, and I got better on the other leg.
Okay.
And I had a couple of girls came over to help because I had just so
Well,
much hair.
they've done it before, yeah.
And they're like, yeah, the back of the knee is a bitch. And I was like, all right. The second time I did it, I got paid like $20 I'm like, fuck, it's hair. I'm like, yeah, if you guys are going to give me money to get rid of hair, yeah, I'm in. It'll grow back.
Mm-hmm.
So, I nared it the second time.
How was that experience?
It wasn't bad.
Okay.
Because I've already heard, by that time, I already heard all the horror stories about leaving it on too long and it burning the fuck out of you. So,
yeah.
So that actually worked really well.
That's good.
And then the third time I did it in college just for like a Halloween. And it was funny.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. No, I guess I didn't.
I made a pretty
know
hot chick.
Yeah. I could see it.
The weird thing is when you have shaved legs, when you're laying in bed by yourself or whatever, and they're like freshly shaved and smooth, you're like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
It was definitely a weird feeling. Like, this is definitely not normal.
Did you ever do that and then like go into a pool?
No, I should have to see if there's a difference, like in a drag.
Yeah. That or just like the feel of it. Cause I remember like when I first had like that beard bet that I had and I had to shave like when my beard wasn't as long as this, but it was still long and I had to shave clean shaven.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going into a pool shortly after that and my face just feeling a sensation that like obviously I've had before because when I was a kid I did it all the time, but just a sensation that I just wasn't used to.
I get it every time I shave my beard. Just even in a shower, it feels different because the water really penetrates now.
Exactly. So, like I said, I felt it with a beard, but I can't imagine it being like an entire
body,
half of your body. Yeah.
So, your turn.
All right. Who's more likely to solve a Rubik's Cube?
I said Roddy.
I said Vandy because I have never solved a Rubik's Cube.
I have never either, and I usually throw the damn thing because it pisses me off. Because I always get, like, I'll sit there and do it, and I'll get to where there's only one square left. I'm like, I'll have all the sides done except one.
Yeah.
Well, actually two, because that one has to, and it pisses me.
That's further than I've ever gotten. I've only gotten one side.
I'm like...
Yeah. Yeah, I've only gotten one side and not even close to anything else. Like,
I've gotten so close so many times, and I'm like, oh. And I had a buddy in high school that could do it one-handed in like 20 seconds.
Wow.
Like, all right, maybe a little bit longer than that, but he could do it one-handed and do it in like less than 5 minutes or some shit like that. Like, it was pretty ridiculous. Like, dude, that's like...
Because yeah.
Felt like world record stuff.
Dang. Because I'm holding a Rubik's Cube right now, and you can see one side is done, but it's not done properly because it's actually a picture one. So it's I don't know if you can see that, but it's a picture one. So it's actually got 4 pictures of me from Facebook. So my cousin actually made this special for me. And she got 4 pictures off of Facebook, made me a Rubik's Cube, and it was awesome. And then somebody that I will remain nameless messed it up and it wasn't able to get it back. And so now I have the Rubik's Cube. I just need somebody to help me figure out how to do it.
Wasn't me, was it?
No, it wasn't you. But I'll just say somebody that is going to be remain nameless for now because they might listen. And nice. I don't want Josh to feel bad. So.
All right. Well, you can go online. Like they tell you like the combination.
Well, yeah, I'm sure I would be able to figure it out, but it's not a big deal. I just love having the Rubik's Cube, and I can definitely tell what the pictures are, so it doesn't matter to me. It's just really cool to have it in the first place. It is kind of funny though, because there's one that's just a picture of my bald head, one of my mouth being open, one of TC Bear, one of just my eyes. One of me with a sting, like going like this with the stingray with my thumb up. One of my grandma.
Nice.
So,
All right, who is
but no,
more?
I just thought
Go ahead.
no, I just thought it was that Rubik's Cube is the reason I came up with that.
Nice. Who is more likely to win in Mario Kart?
I said Roddy.
I said Roddy as well because you kick my ass every time and it pisses me off.
Well, that and I've had a lot more experience. I've played the Nintendo 64 version. Can't even tell you how many times.
I have
and now
two,
that
though. I have two, and that's what pisses me off.
Yeah.
I'm
And I've now played the Switch a ton, and I'm getting really good at it again. And I just bought I didn't even have to buy it. It's because with the Switch, I bought the online stuff. And so you automatically get the upgraded, or the new courses that they're adding. So they're adding 4 courses every so often until the end of 2023.
I've been looking at Switches.
It's, in my opinion, totally worth the money.
Yeah.
Totally worth it. But I love that stuff. So it's a great purchase in my opinion.
Okay.
Especially I bought a lot of games now, so I can play basically everything I want right now.
I just like that it's portable too.
Oh yeah. It helps because I bring it to work every now and then and play it on my breaks, and
nice.
It's awesome. But sweet. My last one is, who's more likely to play with Legos?
I said Vandy.
Really?
Yeah.
I said Roddy if it's an individual playing. I said Vandy if he's playing with his daughter.
Ah, you got me then.
Yep.
Because I'm pretty sure I play Legos on a weekly basis.
Okay. Yeah, I don't play very often, but I did buy that treehouse and I built that. That was a lot of fun. Took me a couple days to build, but
Gracie
it was
loves Legos.
Yep. And I recently just bought a pirate ship one that I have yet to build.
She's really into Pokemon now.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not a Pokemon guy.
Uh-oh.
I know. I'm trying so hard. I just never got into it as a kid. I never got into it, period. And she loves it. And I'm trying so hard to get into it, and I just can't. And I'm trying and trying. But she'll come home. What?
Is she getting into like the cards, the games, what is she getting into?
It's on Netflix, the TV show and all that.
Oh, okay, so yeah.
But we get home and she's like, "Can we print out pictures? Can we do this? Can we do that? Can we go get action figures? Can we do this?" And I'm like, God, yes, I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that's funny. I could tell her about all of the original 150 Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
After that, I'm gonna struggle.
I figured you would, and I was like, you need to get Uncle Roddy down here, and he'll talk your ear off. Because she likes they have like the original Pokemon on Netflix or whatever.
Okay.
And she loves that one probably the most.
Okay. Well, I could help her with that one because I did buy on the Switch. That's one of the games I have is Let's Go Eevee. Okay. And it's essentially like the yellow version when we had Game Boys, except your starting Pokemon is Eevee, and you can. It's way more advanced than
what we used to have.
But it's the same
concept,
story. Yeah, same storyline and everything. So,
all right, who's more likely to turn down a dare?
To turn down a dare, I said Roddy.
I said Roddy as well.
Yeah, I feel like you would do just about anything, and I would draw a line in some way or form.
I think you'd be quicker to do some things than me. But yeah, for sure. I think I would do more things.
Yes, I think that is a good statement. You would do a wider variety where I'm jumping in quicker and yeah.
You'll say yes before I do. I'll still do it. But
I'll say yes, or I'll give the answer way before you, but you're going to say yes more often.
Mm-hmm. All right. So should we get into Would You Rather?
Yeah. What's that one about?
It's where we pick two things and we ask, would you rather do this or would you rather do that? Or would you rather have this or would you rather have that?
Okay.
And little stuff along that lines. And
I can get into that.
all right. I'll start this one.
Okay.
Would you rather shit out your mouth or eat from your ass?
I said I would rather eat with my ass because then I have two places that I get to enjoy food.
I agree.
Actually, I guess I don't even know. Do I get to enjoy it? Do I get to taste it?
I'm guessing so, yes.
Okay. I want to do that because I want to be able to taste food I want to be able to taste two different foods at once.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I agree. I'm definitely with you on this one.
Yep. Because if it's the opposite,
I don't want to see that. And if I'm shitting out of my mouth, that shit is really close to my nose.
So you're gonna taste it and smell it.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Yep.
So I'm out on
I
that.
agree with that. All right. Would you rather stay in a haunted house or in a cemetery for the night?
I've done both.
Really?
Yeah. So I would say the cemetery is less scary, but I'd rather sleep in the haunted house.
That.
What's that?
I said, why is that?
Little more comfort.
Okay.
Like I might
that's kind
be
of the
able,
way
I
I
might,
went.
in a haunted house. I might find a bed.
Okay. I said it. I'd rather stay in a haunted house because what if there's bad weather? At least I have shelter. You know,
Right.
It could be. I mean, then technically, if there's a bad storm, if you're in a cemetery, you'd hope that the zombies and the ghosts and the goblins would all stay away because I don't want to be wet. Yeah, I want to scare him, but I don't want to be wet.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
I hear you.
I don't know. I'm gonna stick with the haunted house.
Yeah. We did both when we were in high school and stuff.
I don't think I've done either. I love horror movies, but I don't want to experience a horror movie.
We're pretty daring back in the day.
Nah.
All right. Would you rather have a hot chick with an okay personality or an ugly chick with an amazing personality?
I'm going to say an ugly chick with amazing personality, because personality really is important to me. And I want to be able to have a conversation with you. I want to be able to experience things with you. And if you don't have a great personality, it's going to ruin my experience. And that is what I'm here to do, is have experiences, and good ones more often than not. And if you have just an okay personality, I'm not going to be into it as much.
I said it depends on how ugly. As shallow as that sounds. But if she's like beyond any kind of attraction, I'm going to have to go with the hot chick.
Yeah.
I do think a personality brings you up a couple of notches for sure. But if I can't be attracted at all, in that sense, I don't care. I mean, we can be friends for sure. I'm never going to say no to a friendship. But a relationship is totally different.
Yeah.
Call me shallow, but it is what it is.
Yeah. No, I understand that, but like I said, personality is just too important to me.
That's why I said okay, an okay person. If the hot chick had no personality, then I would have to go with the ugly chick. But she has an okay. We're gonna get along eventually, like in some parts, obviously. I mean, it's not gonna be that exciting, but
nah.
At least I'm attracted.
Yeah. All right. My next one is actually kind of long, so okay. I'm gonna try to explain it and be as thorough as I can.
Okay.
So here's two scenarios for you. So you just found out that you accidentally ate poison.
Okay.
The poison you ate isn't meant to kill you. It's just made to make you really sick. Second scenario, you find out that the poison might be expired, which means that one of two things: the poison is either no longer effective, so you're going to be just fine, or the poison is twice as effective and it's going to kill you. So which scenario would you prefer? Would you rather eat the poison that is going to make you really sick, or would you rather eat the expired poison that is either going to do nothing or is going to kill you?
So when we talked about this earlier and we went over this, I would have to know how long I'm going to be sick for.
So if you're going to get sick, I'm going to say you are going to be sick for about 2, maybe 3 years if you eat this poison. Or the other poison, you're normal, right at, like, you drink it, you're normal, nothing ever happens, and or you die immediately.
I think I'm going to take the poison that's going to make me sick.
Yeah.
It'd be different if I didn't have a kid.
Yeah.
If I didn't have the kid, I'd take the gamble. But I got to stick around. I got responsibilities.
What if it's a sickness that during that time that you're sick, you're not going to be able to work or see any family or friends?
You're really making this hard.
Yep. That's what she said.
Not always. I think I'm still going with the sickness.
Okay.
Death is just too big of a gamble.
Yep. Well, especially in a situation like that where it's not only your life that you're gambling.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm going to be sick.
Yep. I actually went the same way. I went the sick route, even though I don't have a daughter or a son or anything like that. I would rather just know that I'm going to be fine after 3 years. Like, I can suffer 3 years of my life. I'm going to be 34 by the time I'm back. I'm still young and I can still live a full life. And
I feel like my comedy would be big when I got out.
Oh, are you going to write the whole time?
Yeah. Well, you could write about that.
What if you were sick to the point where you literally couldn't, like, you were in a coma state, like you couldn't do or see or experience anything?
There's gonna be some good shit jokes coming out of this.
Okay.
So, all right, you got anything else for it, or?
Nope, that's all I got for that one.
Would you rather be good and win often, or be lucky and win all the time?
I'd rather be good and win often, because then I know that it's on my abilities and not my luck. And I do like being lucky, but I think it would be, after a little while, it would get boring winning all the time because you're so lucky. Like, it would just be dumb. Like, it'd be like winning the lottery all the time. Like, there's only so much money you can have. There's only so many things you can win before you're just bored and you're just like, okay, well, no matter what I do, I'm going to win. So it's just,
I'll do it.
It's basically how I live my life now, except I am good at everything. So.
I said I'd rather be lucky and win all the time.
Okay.
Just because, like in bowling, everybody says that it's better to be lucky than good. I like the lucky strikes better than I like the good strikes.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're funny. When everybody's like, "You're gonna take that," I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take that." That makes me laugh.
Freebie. Yeah.
It makes me. Those are the ones that make me laugh and give me a good time. The ones that I bury and actually looks professional and all that, I'm like, that should have been a strike, so it's not that exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. I did exactly what I was supposed to do. It hit the pocket, and we're gonna move on.
But when I don't even hit the head pin and it's a strike, it's fun to watch.
Oh, those are the fun ones where it's a backward strike and you're just like, well, didn't see that coming.
Yep. Those are my faves.
Yep. I understand that. Ooh, we got a third one in there. This is a good episode. Long episode. I don't know if it's good. Hopefully people like it. I like it.
I think it's good so far.
Yeah. All right. Would you rather live in a world where all conspiracy theories are true, or live in a world where no world leaders really know what they're doing?
I'm gonna live where all the conspiracy theories are true.
I think that'd be a fun world to live in.
I think so too.
Like that.
It'd be scary. It'd be very scary.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think it'd be fun.
I think it'd be fun too. Just imagine all the comedy that would come out of it.
Oh, I know.
Like that'd be true. That'd be cool. What if they're both true though? What if all the conspiracy theories are true and none of the world leaders knew what they were doing?
That'd be pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that would be
nobody.
That'd be nuts.
There'd be no such thing as a crazy person though.
Yeah, that's true. Because like everybody that was crazy before now, like, oh well, what you were saying before is now correct. So
yeah, everybody's sane now.
Yep, everybody's on the same playing field.
So, all right, I think it's that time of the night.
What time is that?
Our dedication, baby.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it's 12:01.
It is.
That is what I'm showing.
I know. And I gotta be up really early.
Oh no.
It is what it is.
Nah.
So who are we dedicating to?
We are gonna dedicate this episode to Chris Rock.
Oh yeah, I forgot Chris Rock.
Is that why you asked me?
Yeah. I thought it was the other one. I forgot that we were doing Chris Rock.
It was your idea to do Chris Rock.
I know.
Like,
I know
well,
it was.
Now would be a good time to do it. And
right?
Why not? So we're going to do Chris Rock. Obviously, there's some stuff going on with him in the media, but I feel like it's a good time to talk about him. And he's a great comedian. He's been doing it for many, many years. He's been in films. He's done stand-up. He's done everything there is to do in the industry. So, yeah.
He's a great comedian. If you don't know who Chris Rock is, I don't know who the hell you are, because that guy is known worldwide, I think.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of different movies. Obviously, like he's been with Adam Sandler and a bunch of stuff, but actually Adam Sandler, he's another one we should look into dedicating to. He'd be a great one.
I'm not going to dive into their careers too much because I'm going to do the deep dives, you know?
Yep, exactly. We'll do a little bit more of the deep dives, but if you guys haven't heard of him, obviously I'm sure you've heard of him more recently than you have before a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah, this episode is dedicated to him.
Yeah, and what's going on with him going through this whole situation. I feel so bad for the dude when that happened. Like, there's no way I could have handled that any better than the way he handled it.
Yeah, he was able to maintain his composure and make it through and
that's a
continue doing what he needed to do.
True professional, man.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, go check out his comedy. Go watch his movies. I mean, the dude is amazing.
Yeah,
there's a reason why he's considered a possible GOAT.
Yep, yeah, he's up there with
some of the
a
greats,
lot of good
man.
ones. Yep.
Yeah, so I think this is a great episode, man.
Yeah, dude, I think this is a really good one. If you like this episode, you want to hear more, you can check us out at basically anywhere you listen to your podcast. You can look us up on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram.
Go follow us on Facebook. Go follow us on Instagram. Give us some likes. Share our posts. It helps a lot when you share our posts.
We got Snapchat.
Mm-hmm. The Stupidest Pod.
Yep.
But you can always check us out at www. dot the stupidest
stupidest podcast
.com.
com www.thestupidestpodcast.com.
Check us out. So
sweet.
I think that's about it, man.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.